at that. The intro is wrong. This is awesome. Hi guys, you can be seen at the moment, so don't pick your nose. Let's fix this for a second here. I'm having to reset some things. Alright, we are live. Let's see, it is November 10th. This month's already flying by. I can tell I'm going to be not working much longer. So, yes, HeartlandDefenders.com. Heartland Defenders on YouTube, but not on the F-Book. F the F-Book. That's all I'm going to say. So, definitely check out Heartland Defenders, our events, and are we doing any gun shows here coming up? I know. Alright. So, Berea and Summit coming up, we will be at. We will have shirts. You can probably see one of us here or there, depending on when. Let's see, I'll get these two on here if it works. Let's see, is it going to be the wrong one? Of course it is, so give me 1 second here. Things are not going the way for me today, and it's just fine for me. Let's see, there we go. Hi, Mike. Hi, Jacob.
Hi.
So,
What's going on?
It's been a long week already, and it's only Tuesday,
Dude,
so...
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding.
I just,
So I just want to throw this out to. We probably don't have a lot of people watching right now.
I'm not even looking. Let me see. Nah, probably
Yeah,
like
and
four.
if we have anybody from the group that's watching that is on our private Discord and has seen us posting about the F4A, a social media platform that's now becoming a thing, with the mass exodus from Fuckbook, It's a web browser. You can actually go to it on a computer too. It's not just an app.
Yeah, just like the F-Book.
Yeah, because I linked it with my password security stuff. So I told my password security program to go ahead and launch it,
Right.
and it took me to it as a website.
Yeah.
I just logged into it on my computer, so you can actually go to it. It's the URL is https://fr33 the word for all.com.
Oof, okay. Post that in the chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
you
will.
might want
I
to
will.
post.
I was paying
I will.
attention and I
will.
couldn't
I know.
follow.
It's confusing. Sorry, the IT guys over here, IT nerding. My bad.
Especially since
Surfer.
people watching it later are gonna be like, "What the fuck did he just say?"
The fuck was
Right.
that? //fr33 FOR. Do you want me to do it phonetically?
No.
Yeah, so...
No, I went. You know what? Like you said, I've been on there a few times. It's new. It obviously needs work.
Yes.
But
It's gonna be a builder, but I mean, have you not seen how many people are screaming get off of Facebook? I
Right.
mean, Parler, MeWe, all of
Well,
these
isn't it
things are
supposed to be,
blowing up.
like on the 13th, supposed to be some big exodus from Facebook. I mean, that's what they're
Right,
saying.
well,
My understanding,
they're hoping that everybody goes to Parler is what they're wanting.
Mike, I'm not lying to you. I just logged into this thing on the PC.
Right.
It looks just like Facebook. I mean,
Oh.
profile on the left, news feed in the middle, pictures and
Like,
people on the right,
just like
and
Facebook, like
the
is
chats. Matter of fact, if you're logged into it, Mike, let me do this.
No, I'm not. I
I was
logged
gonna
out.
say he already said he's done. He's logged out for now.
Hold on. I'll pop
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So
But
when you say it looks
Oh,
like
wait.
the F-Book, does it look a lot like the F-Book, like almost mistakable?
Structurally, yes, minus the fact that instead of a big word of Facebook on the upper left corner, you're looking at a bullhorn.
Okay.
That's it. Just a bullhorn.
Okay. So I just
Yeah,
that
okay, so
that
I'm
could be
here.
that could
All right.
be an issue for them in the near future. If it becomes anything of anything, Facebook will look at it as an infringement.
Well, but can you
Can you copyright away a page looks?
Yeah, because aren't all websites pretty much this?
I mean,
but the thing is, though, is so the copyright for Facebook itself, the name, but I've seen copyrights actually work where they've sued for infringement on looking too much like their logo or looking too much like their product, and people winning. So
yeah, but I get, you know what though, if he was calling it like
F-book.
F-book.
If he was calling it F-book and it looked like it, I could see it. But he's also got a gazillion dollars that he could tie up these guys in court for,
right?
A gazillion, and get an injunction against them to shut it down. Probably in the mean. I could see it's, you know what, it's only going to matter if a bunch of people go to it. If not a bunch of people go to it, they're not going to waste their time.
I'm going to wait to go to it because I do enough alpha and beta testing of other products that if I have to do it with my social media, I'm going to be really annoyed. That's just all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
If I go to my social media and I'm down for 4 hours, like they were today, not saying that's anything against them. It's probably something they couldn't control.
Here's one thing in regards to this, and we'll get to whatever subjects we really want to get to. This just intrigues me. Unlike Facebook, Outlaw is kind of the forerunner to this, Outlaw Morgan.
Right.
And yesterday or the day before yesterday, I can't remember exactly which, he posted numerous times directly to everyone that they were in the process of migration from server to server. They tested the migration. Everything came out fine. There would be a time that system would be down for the migration. And even after the migration, explained every detail to it. That even after the migration, things might not be there, but be rest assured that while it is continuing to pull that data from the old server, it will come back. Unlike Facebook, they don't tell you that crap. They do all that in the back, but Facebook has millions of dollars worth of servers, so when they're switching, they're not switching all of Facebook from one to another. They're switching 1,000 subscribers from Facebook to another. So that 1,000 subscribers sees an issue, you don't.
It's fair. I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, it'd be nice. I mean,
well, do we not talk about grassroots?
There has to be something else because Facebook's out of control.
Do we not talk about grassroots? I'm sorry, this is grassroots. I've stood side by side with this man and had conversations.
Oh, for sure. You know, it's
if you talk to him.
But I want to know whatever happened to, you know, they were trying to, you know, God, I can't remember his name now. Who did the Patriot one? He was out of Colorado. That dude had fucking millions and it failed.
Yeah.
God, what was that called? I don't even remember what it was called now. Wow. Yeah.
That's how much it stuck with you.
Yeah. Well, that's a problem. I mean, you know, and he put, dude, he sucked, I mean, millions of his own dollars into it, and it went, you know, because people are, you know, we're also stuck on Facebook. It's fucking crack. I hate it.
Well, right, and that's so. It's been very nice that I've been banned from Facebook.
Dude, you ain't lying.
I'm gonna say now.
Do you know? But do you notice that you get more notifications when you're banned? Because like,
no, you just notice you're getting more because of you're not just skimming them now. You're kind of actually reading them because you don't have time to respond because you can't. So
right.
Well, and I get so annoyed with it because when I'll scroll through and somebody posts something that's like relevant, funny, whatever the case may be, and all I want to do is thumbs up it. They're like, no, you can't even do that.
No.
It's not.
It even gives you the days still. It's like, no, you still got 25 days.
You got 24 motherfucking days.
Yeah.
24 motherfucking days.
Yeah. Well,
No,
dude,
It's
like
not
looking
even.
at chocolate cake through a glass window, and you're like, motherfucker.
I don't even. Like, I've come to the realization it's not even to stop me from talking. It's more to stop me from egging on other people from talking.
Well, they basically, I don't know why they viewed us the way they have. I mean, okay, one or two of you may have been poking a bear for a while, but
Well, for sure.
But
you know,
for a reason to be able to say you're permanently, or not permanently, you're 30-day banned, and I'm not talking like you can't be in a group band or you can't start a new group. I'm talking like you can't do a damn thing other than watch other people's lives go by.
Yeah, all you can do is look at what's happening.
How convenient is it that that ban happened right before we were almost getting ready to be allowed to make pages again?
Oh, right. It was 3 days before. Correct.
Yeah.
Because I had made the comment to a coworker that, oh, man, I get to make a page in 3 days. And they're like, why?
Yeah.
And I explained to them the issue. I went to a meeting. When I came out of my meeting, and I was on Facebook right up to the moment before my meeting, and if my boss is watching, what are you going to do, fire me?
Nice. Nice. I like it.
So, my boss isn't watching. There's no way.
Right.
He lives over in Chicago. He lives over in Chicago.
Hey, we're up to 8. It's possible.
So,
invited.
Anyways. So,
yeah.
It's one of those, like, I didn't get it. Like, I came out of the meeting, so it was within an hour, not even an hour, 45 minutes time, all of a sudden, Facebook decided, hey, you're full banned.
Yeah, and do either one of you have anything in your help center that says why?
No. So my last infraction was last year in August. 2019 in August.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
My documented infraction.
It wasn't. It was just before November.
Documented.
My documented infraction.
Neither one of those.
August. Yes, nothing has been documented in my thing saying why. I've sent them messages.
I guess they're really fucked with mine because I've never been hit with a ban, hit with the shadow, hit with nothing. They just, on my profile, it's just, we don't like you anymore, shut up.
July 17th? July 17th at 7:30 a.m. Do you know why I got a warning and a 4-hour ban? For posting my pledge in the morning.
Shut up.
Really?
I shit you not.
Oh my goodness.
July 17th, 7:30 a.m. You go look at my post on July 17th, 7:30 a.m. It's the pledge. And that one's documented. And then I got another one. I got another one on the 25th and I can't even remember what it was. I think it was the pledge again, and I appealed that. And then it came back with, oh no, we didn't restrict your account, and all of a sudden my account was back. Okay.
Well, so I appealed. I went and I said, look. I tried. And so what really disappoints me, and I knew I would never get a response, is again the same thing where I went in, it said I had an issue and that I wasn't allowed to post. Click here if I had any questions or wanted to appeal it. And when I clicked it, it was that same, well, if you want to give us feedback and we could take it into consideration, type here page. And when you type it, it's like, thanks for your feedback, and you never hear from them again.
Yeah, no, I've gone. Like I said, my mission now when they bring me back is to get my VPN banned. That's going to be my mission.
You want an IP ban.
Right. Yes. Because that's where Tommy went. Tommy
if you're on a VPN ban, you're on a whole nother level, bud.
They're doing more than just blocking you at that point. If you're on a VPN ban, because that means they're following you around.
They know where you're tunneling through, sir.
That's right. That's why Tommy got back on, because he created a VPN, because they did take his IP away.
Well, so that's what I was going to ask. Are you guys Okay, we're not on the F book. Are you guys using the same hardware?
Wait, we have to say we are not sponsored by or paid by anybody to talk to you or explain to you VPNs, public IP addresses, private IP addresses, and workarounds for internet traffic.
So I have avoided using my cell phone to use my allegedly not available account that may or may not be hidden somewhere. So
Understood.
I've avoided my phone because of the amount of friends that have gotten full bans before, and then if they use their phone to make a new account too quickly, they IP ban you because of the fact they catch you making new accounts. Now, they caught me because I made a new account. I did everything. I was smooth. I was doing everything right. I started setting it up. I started adding people. I added Jane. And my mistake was when I put I was married to Jane. They immediately banned that account too.
Wow.
And said, well,
No,
we
they're
think
not.
you're suspicious account.
So what you're alleging, because this is just allegations, but what you're alleging is they're not watching IP addresses or actual posts.
On the Wi-Fi is the number 2 from the right.
Well, so for me personally, I've never used my VPN for social media.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
I stick strictly to whatever IP address I'm assigned to, but I do not use my VPN for social media.
okay. Well,
I do not.
Oh, let's see. What's this one?
I'm back.
Allegedly, if I have one.
Yeah. So yeah, well,
I
it's
may
not
or may
illegal for
not.
you to. It's not illegal for you to have a VPN. It's
No,
fully in your right to use it as security for in case or whatever you're doing on the internet that you do not.
It's not against the law for you to have a VPN. It's not against the law for you to have a proxy server. It's not against the law for you to use other forms of access to the World Wide Web.
Well, right. It's what you do with them that makes them illegal.
Yeah,
It's root spelled
that was
backwards.
very diplomatic of you.
It's root spelled backwards.
Yeah. So.
Did you catch me, Jeremy?
Yeah,
you
I
got
did.
me there.
Oh, I got
It's
you.
root spelled backwards.
Yeah. So. I'm waiting for them because they've already hit me with a second account. Now, I may or may not have a third account, but I may or may not have added the people they thought I was going to. So I made another account
But to
different.
To ask the question I was going to ask before the genius walked out here to ask me about an orange light on my router.
It's the blue pill.
Yes, it's the blue pill.
Yeah. Take 3 of them.
So allegedly, you're saying that Facebook is not actually simply paying attention to what IP addresses are talking or particular posts that you're making. They're looking at every detailed aspect because you're saying that you were rebanned on a different account simply by putting on that account that you are married to a specific person.
Correct. And if you think
So
about
it's just
it,
connecting the dots.
yeah, well, if you think about it, how hard is that? Because technically on Facebook, there's no such thing as polyamory. There's no such thing as non-monogamy, anything that they will recognize. So if you say you're married to somebody and then another account says they're married to that same person, it's got to be the same person that they just banned.
Bullshit,
No,
they've
it's
got
not.
on there you can
That
put
sounds
other
racist.
for gender.
That sounds racist.
Gender is not. Remember, don't get these confused. And we're not going to have a school on this, guys. I promise.
Schoolhouse rocks, man.
Gender is different from what your not your sexuality, your gender, not even what you're sexually attracted to, but
So then all you gotta do,
your
all you gotta
relationship
do
status.
is say that your gender
up,
is
Dave?
other.
hey, we've actually got some viewers. I don't know. We lost one already, but
Well, that's
fine.
because we
Just
started
get-
going into
all you gotta
genders.
do to make Facebook's head explode is to put down your name, put gender other, then put that you're married to Jane, and then put some like total insanity on the description, and you can't be banned at that point because you're on their side.
No. They look for specific things, I've noticed. And Palmer, yes, there is communities for that, but Facebook, when you fill out your profile, doesn't allow anything other than single, married, or, in a relationship. It doesn't say you can be
Yeah.
in multiple
Or in a
relationships.
relationship.
with
I'm pretty sure,
multiple
isn't there
people.
complicated there or something?
There is, but you
Oh.
can't. So you know how you can say like you're married, like Cosper has said he's married to Susie.
right.
So you can't now say you're married to anybody else without taking Susie out of that square.
Oh, right. There's only one box.
So I can't say like I'm married to Jane and dating Cody because it won't let me. I mean, I can say it in the description box, but it won't let me in the your relationship status box. So.
Well, that's semantics. That's just
There's other pages that allow it.
But look, no, he's right. But it's following you. But that's why I don't know.
They
whatever.
are
I mean,
following us. They are watching us. They are paying attention.
Well, but
and they
here's
just
the
flag
thing,
things
though.
is what they're doing.
And I gotta imagine we're on their list too. But the thing that irritates me kind of the most is, wasn't the whole purpose of these the algorithms and the bans for people who were influencing maybe people to vote a certain way, but yet aren't by banning those people you influencing people
to vote a different
who to
way.
vote for?
Yeah.
I think the rationale. I think the rationale is this: if they ban or block X number of people, whether they talk a lot or they're very boisterous or not, it reduces the likes and the comments on people that they follow, or it's shadow banning without shadow banning. Think about it.
Yeah, but think about and we can say his name. I mean, think about Charlie. Charlie has never been. I mean, there is nobody. I don't know if there's anybody on this planet more pro-Trump, and they don't ban him. And I mean, he's basically said you're a fucking retard if you don't vote for Trump.
Right.
I mean,
right.
That
but
might
how
actually be
many?
close.
But think about how many people that would have been pro his post or comment on his post that may or may not have been banned in the last 3 months of random block bans.
Lots of them.
Well, and you got to
So
remember when we got our low ban.
Psychologically, the way Facebook works is the whole dopamine game. The more likes and the more comments you get on a post, the more you want to do that. So if he gets less likes and less comments on a specific post, it could potentially reduce the number of posts like that he makes.
No, but I'm talking about the flat out ban though. I mean, if it's to stop people, and I get if you I understand if you write something like, if you vote for Biden, I'm going to hunt you down and kill you. I get the ban then.
That was a
quote.
That was not a quote.
I'm sure somebody said it. It wasn't me. But I'm sure
that is not a Cosper statement. That is a.
But my point is,
potential quote from somebody else.
You said that, I get the ban. But if you just come on and say, "Hey, I'm going to vote for Trump because I think the other guy's a senile piece of shit, creeper,"
well, let's go back to what started this. Let's go back to what started this. What started this? We all got X number of days banned from creating groups because somebody decided
and our page is wiped clean.
Just delete every Heartland Defenders page. That being said, never once on the public Heartland Defenders page, which is what Facebook started the stream off of, did we ever post pro or con of any candidate or any particular party.
No, we probably posted maybe some articles, but not so much lately.
I can give you the reason. I can totally give you the reason. And you brought it up by mentioning Charlie. So Charlie's completely pro-Trump. Completely, dead set, you can bet $1 million Charlie's pro-Trump. Problem is, what does Charlie not talk about? Open communication, talking with each other in a calm and sensible manner.
Well, we do.
And look at where we're at compared to where Charlie's at.
Where's Charlie at? Charlie is divisive. Charlie is one-sided. And it's nothing against Charlie, but
yeah, Charlie, if you're watching,
respectively, Charlie is divisive.
The fucktards.
Wait, what? You cut out the.
So they keep the fucktards.
Well, no. So they're keeping the the people that are doing the division, that are causing the division, because if you go and you look at Charlie's posts,
I call Charlie a fucktard. I've told him before.
no,
He knows.
So no, not no. So he calls a lot of people fucktards and retarded. Anyways, so but he's the one that's helping keep the division. He's arguing for one side and really arguing if you watch his posts. And the people that argue with him, man, does he get into it with them. I mean, people get to the point they've called him some serious shit.
Oh, yes.
And
he's got some friends in Cleveland I'd like to meet.
But, right? So
Hey. Apparently if you talk to us, you're just gonna die. So
well, or at least get blocked off Facebook. And I'm gonna get to that because I noticed a few things before our major ban, but I'll get there after the why we're where we're at. So we're not charging this division. We are trying to mend this division. We're trying to get people to come together. Why do you think the other people we are associated with that speak about unity, that speak about those groups, any of the groups that talk about unity, all end up having issues and problems, but the ones that are very, very that fuel the separation are the ones that are still there. The ones that show the most extreme side of one side or the other, like Antifa and the militias that are really, really crazy. That they want you to see those extremes.
Well, yeah. They want you to see
the extreme, not
they want you to see the perceived right.
Correct, or the perceived of either side, so that everybody keeps fighting.
That's fair.
So that's why I think where we're at now. If you look, did you guys pay attention during your? And I call it Ban Light, because it's basically what it was. It was Miller Lite. It tasted like shit, but we still kind of had Facebook.
True.
But what ended up, if you noticed, your reach wasn't as far. Yes. So the same, the people you could count on to laugh at, whatever inappropriate meme you posted or whatever that didn't violate Facebook or F-Book's terms of whatever, but it was still inappropriate. You could count on those people, and all of a sudden you're like, is this mic on? Like, 2 people like this. And before, I could get like 25 or 30 people to just totally lose their mind.
But hold on. Let me ask this question. You two may have continued posting, but after you can't make a group after 60 days, I pretty much stayed off of Facebook.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't see you at all.
I mean, I barely liked anything on Facebook.
So then
So how is it that all of us? Okay.
Well, because we're all it's all part of the same egg.
Yep. It was because we were all associated with the same pages that got tore down.
Guilty by association, my friend.
As we know.
No, but I was already punished for it. I was already told I couldn't.
Well, not enough, apparently, my friend.
Because Daddy had not come home from work yet. And we didn't get the whooping.
Daddy came home from work on election night and decided I needed more punishment.
Yes. Daddy pulled out the belt.
Okay. This doesn't add up in my little brain because I'm not a big corporate Facebook guy. That just doesn't add up. You already punished me and told me I'm not allowed to create groups until November 6th. We all looked at that and went, "Oh, that's ironic. I can't create another group for Unity or anything else until after the election." The day after the election, 3 days before my ban from creating groups goes away, all of the same people that had been banned from creating groups until after the election got temporarily 30-day banned from doing shit on Facebook.
Right.
With zero explanation.
Right.
With nothing.
Well, so my favorite thing is, are you paying attention to the screens that are popping up when you try to do things? I mean, you probably have quit trying to do things because you can't do them.
It's like, you're not allowed to do jack shit for another 24 days.
Well, right, but it'll say that sometimes for me. Sometimes it'll tell me, I was trying to play around to see if there was any loopholes to at least do things in like Messenger or whatever. So I clicked something in Messenger, and it was like, because you violated something in Messenger, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wait a minute. My ban is not from Messenger. Actually, my ban doesn't exist, but it is. Because, again, my last violation documented was last year in August.
Well, mine was September 25th, but...
Well, yeah. I'm suspecting we're going to see the same issues that all the people prior to us, like Outlaw Morgan, where he was having issues, like Tommy was having, we're gonna keep seeing bans. They're gonna go through our histories. As soon as our ban's up, I guarantee you our main accounts will get banned again for something that we did in our past.
Hold on. So this is Messenger ban. You can't send messages right now. You can't send messages temporarily as something you sent in a chat was found to go against community standards.
Yeah. Which I
Okay,
was
hold
trying
on.
to figure that one out.
So that says in a chat. And
Right.
that's in Messenger. If I go to Facebook and I just try to like, it comes up and tells me your account is restricted for 24 days. Your previous account activity involved groups, pages, or events that didn't follow our community standards. So you can't do things like post, comment, or send messages.
Right. And to hit Donna, you will not get a ban because you were not an admin of any of the pages.
Yeah.
Only
Wait a
the
minute,
admins of the pages got bans.
Did Eamon get banned?
Was Heeman an admin of any of the pages?
Holly
Yeah.
was. Holly was. She didn't get banned.
Well, then why did...
Holly was an admin to the Ohio chapter page.
Well,
It's only
it's only the main
It's
page.
only the main page admins.
Okay.
Me, you, Jeremy, and John.
yep. Okay.
Bastards.
So yeah, so only the admins for the main page. The one that everybody could see, that the show was on, everything. The four of us are on a 30-day ban. And it's interesting to watch. I mean...
Yeah, and that's the thing. I just don't. I mean, and he's right. That's what Colin just said.
Well,
yeah, it's good.
let's get it
people. They
right,
don't let
gentlemen.
good
Let's
people
get it
on.
right, gentlemen. We've been on a 60-plus day ban.
Well,
First, we were banned for approximately 30 days from creating groups. Then the day after the election, we were banned for 30 days to do jack shit or anything.
right.
Well, as
And
long
just
as
prepare that you're never going to be on Facebook again.
That's what they
and
say.
I bet you if once this, and we're not going to get into the crazy. I mean, probably not tonight. Probably don't have time, but to the whole election thing. But I'll bet you if Biden gets certified and all that, and everything comes back, and it's Biden, I bet we don't get as many bans. If the election flips, we'll never get back on Facebook ever again.
Yeah, I mean...
They will keep us off.
Do you think this is showing? And I don't want to say right or left. This is showing the masses, the middle group, at all, the hypocrisy that's happening in social media.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It has for years.
On.
It's just now it's become more mainstream because when Facebook, I want to say 5-6 years ago, when I was doing a lot with Anonymous, they were doing a lot of this to people that were pushing truths through releasing stuff on Facebook. So instead of Facebook having the fiction police, they didn't have that then. So they couldn't say this is partially false or whatever. They just ban you. I mean, and they did. They would just ban you, and then they'd let you come back, and if you did it again, they'd ban you longer, and then IP ban you. People would make new accounts, and because there for a while, Facebook was on this big kick of you can't have more than one account, and if we catch you, you're going to have issues. Well, guys would just make account after account after account because they didn't have our phone numbers attached to our accounts. Now they realize people are very attached to their phone number. So, and how hard it is to change your phone number because what you have to go through to get everybody to know what your new phone number is.
That's why only one of my accounts has my phone number.
Well, there's an app called Burner app that will give you new phone numbers that you can use on top of your real phone number.
True.
So
allegedly, shut the fuck. Allegedly.
What are they gonna do? I mean, okay, so two people, one ex-member of the group and one member of the group hunted down my new account. Don't know why or how they knew it was me. I mean, I guess the picture I have up with me in a mask.
Who the hell was that board?
But like, one of them added me 2 hours after I made the account, and I'm like, are you just hunting? Are you stalking me? Or are you? It's an old member of the group that was bored and is always trying to get me on his side for whatever reason of him being out of the group.
Oh, I know where you're going. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Got it now.
Yes.
Got it now. All right. Yeah, that person doesn't contact me anymore. Well, hold on. Yep, that was a little tear. But
Hey, can you say that so I can,
yeah, it might have just been my contacts when I took it
Yeah,
out.
I think, yeah. I think
I had a gnat fly in my eye or something. I don't know. No, but so Facebook is very. I don't know what they're doing, and it's
not hyping anymore.
I can tell you what they're doing.
well, but I mean,
is
is this showing us that the overreach can be possible in ways like I saw today, for example, and I know I'm going to open a can of worms. I know this is going to start a bunch of shit.
Let's go. Woohoo!
But
We got time.
I think you had said something, Cosper, about it in our Discord chat about us and vaccines and them forcing them. And really, basically, the only way they can force them is the same way Facebook is forcing you to be nice.
Yes.
They are keeping you from doing things you want to do until you fall in line and do what they ask.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Was it?
It'll be
is it
airlines.
England?
I will bet money. I will bet my next week's paycheck that the first one is air travel.
Well, how much do you want to bet if you don't
England-
get it within a certain amount of time? And I'll throw bets out on this right now. You'll lose your damn passport
Yeah.
if you do
Agreed.
not get it within a time frame.
Guys, I think England. I think it's in England, Europe, that side of the world. That the claim is the way they're going to make the vaccines mandatory is for every month you don't have it, they'll take a little bit of your pay, and they'll just keep taking it until you get the vaccine.
They already
you
take
end
a
up
little
at
bit
zero,
of my pay anyway.
You end up at zero.
Actually, they take a lot of my pay right now, so they can't take any more.
Yeah, that I don't know if that would go well. Over there you get free. So over there, at least in England, you stop getting a paycheck, you'll still get health care, food, so housing.
Right.
You can go. I mean, hey, you know what? Fuck it. If they want to start doing that, they want to take away my license. I don't have a passport because I don't want to go see anybody at this fucking point. Fuck them all. And air travel I haven't done forever. I drive everywhere, and there's reasons. And they want to take all that away. Fine, fuck you. You know what? I'll go on your fucking welfare and I'll just sit home and load mags all fucking day.
I'm in the same boat.
Magazines,
You
Jeremy.
want to force me
I
to
just
not
mean
work?
look at
I mean,
magazines.
fuck, dude. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Like, I got plenty of shit I can. I got plenty of other shit I can do.
Uh-huh.
The work is a hindrance. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah, the work's kind of getting in the way right now.
Kind of an inconvenience for where I'm at right now in
Right.
life. Just saying.
Well, let's be honest. They've done it with how many of us probably years ago would have thought we'd have to get a license to carry a gun? Would have had to fill out paperwork to buy a gun.
Hell, we were lucky to think about even being able to conceal carry for the longest time because Ohio was so anti-gun.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and they just slowly beat us down into we're like, whatever, fuck it, I'll go get the damn license.
Right.
Yeah. It's how they're going to get people to do the vaccine. I mean, I know my wife I guarantee you, my wife, it's going to be a requirement or you're fired.
Well, right, because.
But at that point, is it? I guess I saw something the other day about this isn't a re-educational thing. This is more of a re-morality.
Well, that's when the camps open up. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
No.
Jesus.
Well, yeah, that's when the camps open up. But
Oh, I don't have a can big enough for this.
the post I saw was that, going back to God a year ago in our conversations, where the moral line, where's your line, conversation. It's a morality thing. I mean, look at what's happening right now. You've got the Democrats and the lefts and all these people that have been Antifa, BLM, all these people that have been rioting forever and a day, now sitting on the other side of the boat going, hey, Biden's the president now. We should all just get along.
Well,
We should all hug each other, love each other.
I saw somebody post today. Oh, it made me ill. They're like, see, look, everything's perfect now. We're all like, dancing in the streets and singing together. I'm like,
I
Nah.
think you got
We
it
just
slightly
decided to
wrong.
stay home. Well, people just decided to stay home that didn't agree. We didn't decide to go out and wreck everything like they did when the
Right?
last election happened.
well, I was busy loading. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh.
That was
Don't
the
show
best,
them how
man.
to do it.
One of the guys I'm in class with last night jumps into our Discord during class, and he's sitting there loading a magazine. I'm like, what are you doing? He's just click, 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 click. I was like, oh, okay, so that's where we're at. We're there now. Okay.
So on my 33 round Glock mag, I've decided to start collecting my I voted stickers on there.
Oh, nice, nice.
So now I have 30 votes.
Oh shit, you're a Democrat.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
29 of them. No. One is for Republican, 29 for Democrat.
Oh man.
So yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I mean,
It's
I don't know.
And then you start seeing the I saw something today that was funny, and I know they're not. You can't count them, but I guess like thousands of vote came in to the post office on Monday. Like they're talking
that's good.
thousands of votes
guess
came
the
in.
shredder gets to taste it.
Yep, because
Well,
they came in after the deadline.
It's a long shot, but it's not unconceivable. It's already happened not that long ago, where you can go 30 days and the election get flipped.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, it's happened.
What is it? Hanging Chad? Hanging Chaz? What was it?
Right? Yeah, with Gore
Yeah.
and Bush. I mean, it's not unconceivable. I personally think this one's gonna stick. I think it may change. I think he may lose a state, but I think it's pretty set up right. Where is he at? 297 technically right now.
That's the thing. You can't find one that says the same thing. You cannot find two of them that say the same thing.
Most of the ones I'm looking at now are pretty solid at 297, but say give him 297. Let's say all this Trump stuff works and they flip Pennsylvania, still leaves him at 277.
I'm going to ask you a question, Mike Cosper. I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh God.
We're going to leave it with this. Fuck it, we'll end the show early on this one. Mike Cosper, do you honestly believe that bumbling Joe Biden and the hooker could legitimately get the most votes in presidential history?
Well, yeah, because there's more people there. Well, yeah,
I know there's more people alive.
No. There's more people. If you look at votes themselves, there's more people that just like all the bullshit people are doing. Oh, look in Wisconsin, more people voted than there were actual votes.
I've given up on looking at any of those because people are stupid and don't incorporate the 1.2% from the other.
No, they didn't even do that. They were looking at the 2018 election. If you go on Wisconsin's actual website for this year, there is 3.6 million registered voters. Exactly the amount of people that voted.
Yeah.
So, it's spin both ways. I mean, we've talked a million times about it don't matter what side of the media, they'll spin it either way. But, yeah, I think it's completely, because I think the election is the perfect example of where we are as a country. Dude, it's split down the fucking middle, man. We are a giant ass right now with a crack down the middle.
And we're smack dab in the middle of the crack.
I mean, but if you look at look at the election. Where's Trump at? 71 million votes? That's a lot of fucking people too. Biden's at what? 75, 76 million. That's a lot of, that's down the middle. I take the highs and lows out, that's fucking down the middle.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not going to disagree with you. The problem is, here's the problem for me. What are we going to do? Let's go with your analogy. 15 minutes left. What are we going to do sitting where we sit if we've got 4 years of, at least 2 years of Biden-Harris pushing for all the shit that we know there?
Well, here's my only caveat to your question. Depends on what happens in Georgia.
Mhm.
Because Georgia, the runoff in Georgia, the runoff election, and for those of you who don't know why there's a runoff in Georgia, because the Georgia state Constitution says that a representative to the Senate or House must win a majority, meaning more than 50%. Neither candidate got 50% of the votes. Close. The Republican was in at like 49.7, and I think the other one was at like 48.7 or somewhere near that.
Okay.
So, if that happens in Georgia, and that's in their state constitution, if that happens, what they do is they take the two who got the most votes, and the next election in January 5th will be just those two candidates. You won't have any other choices. It'll be A or B.
Okay.
So by the time we get there, because I think Alaska's is still one that's undecided. Probably by the time we get to January 5th, we will be at 48 Democrats and 49 Republicans in the Senate. Or no, I'm sorry, we'll be at 48 and 48 because there's 2 seats up in Georgia. So we'll be at 48. Hold on, I'm talking out my ass here. I am sorry. It won't be. It'll be 49 and 49 with those 2 seats in a runoff because there's 100 seats currently. So when we get to there, it'll be 49-49. So it could go 2 ways. And 2 of them are 2 ways. If it splits, let's say they split that vote and it gets 50-50, guess who gets the deciding vote in anything that comes into Senate? Kamala. So, that would basically give them, they have 2 ways of getting control of the Senate. Splitting it 50-50, 50 senators each, or getting the majority by winning both of the seats in Georgia, which is pretty unlikely. They're both pretty conservative districts, but obviously they had some extras. It was close. It was a tight race. So my only caveat to going back to your question is, if we, and I say we, I mean conservatives, let's say conservatives win the Senate, then I think, unfortunately, even though I feel we win to some degree, I think we lose, because then I think we have 4 years of the reverse of what we just had. I think we have 4 years of the Senate Republicans fighting Biden on everything, good or bad. And you know what? I'm not even going to say that Biden might not have a good idea or 2. But the problem is going to be,
he's got 47 years of ideas, so.
Of course. Well, one of them might work. You don't know.
Which one? Or which one?
I don't know yet. But the point being, I think they're going to do, and it sucks for us, is I think they're going to be like, oh, remember, for the last 4 years when you said fuck Trump? Well, fuck you. And they're going to do nothing.
Well, but I guess this is my big question for the last 10 minutes of the class.
I think we lose whether we win.
I don't disagree, but here's the last 10 minutes of the class question. You ready? When exactly do we move into the caves?
There's not enough caves.
When exactly do we move into the caves?
Which ones?
Any of them. When do we go underground? When does the air raid siren in our brains go off?
I'm gonna say, for me, my trigger is going to be, and there may be others, but to me, the biggest warning sign of things to come would probably be if all of a sudden, let's say 6 months from now, old Sleepy Joe can't do the job.
Well, you just go ahead and plan for that.
Well, and for me,
I'm pretty sure I'm damn sure
I don't.
the amendment speech that was given after the COVID diagnosis had
Yeah,
nothing to do with COVID.
they're all talking out their ass. So I mean, both sides, just like half of the shit Trump's saying right now about the legal shit and stuff. He's blowing smoke up our asses and people like Charlie's asses to give them hope, because I looked at most of his litigation, other than probably two pieces, a vast majority of his litigation is just bullshit, and it's just going to it's like appealing to the governor while you're in the electric chair. Like that day you're in the electric chair, you're just
strapping
waiting for
you
him to call.
in, putting the
You're
sponge on
waiting
your
for a
head.
phone call. That's never coming. It ain't coming. It's just not. So
So then does that tell you maybe that it is some of his tactics, I mean, of blowing smoke up their ass to keep people divided too?
Oh, I think absolutely. I think he's a chess player. He's like, oh, you want to play dirty? Fine, I'll play dirty on my way out. What do I have to lose? I'm getting kicked out of my house in 2 months. So I'm gonna tear some shit up.
On my way by, I'm gonna kick the hornet's nest at the corner of the house, so you have to deal with it after I leave.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. I think just like you, soon as some of this litigation starts getting pushed out of court, and some of it will make it to the Supreme Court. Again, I think he will get Michigan or Wisconsin or Pennsylvania flipped. I think they'll take that to the Supreme Court. They'll flip that state, and he'll still lose. He'll still wind up at 269, and Biden will wind up at 277 or something, and he'll still be president. So, there is the slimmest chance. Again, it's happened in history recently, modern history. But that case was a lot stronger then, because there were some pretty shady shit with the way their voting cards, and they were, if it was hanging too much, it's like, well, did he really mean to punch that one? Maybe he didn't mean to punch that one.
Right.
So that got pretty shady.
So now it's the what was it last time around? It was the machines double voting for the wrong candidate. It was
now
allegedly.
Now I did read from a very reputable company, and this I'm sure this is it's starting to leak out because it's going to hit something bigger. There is one interesting issue. So and I gotta give Mr. DeWine a little props on this. So a huge Clinton a huge Clinton supporter and contributor to their campaigns everywhere for eons, is one of the companies who owns and builds voting machines. And
allegedly.
No. Oh no, 100%. No, I mean it's 100%.
I know. I'm 100%. Just throwing the word out.
Oh no, you don't have to allege this. They can look this up. YouTube fuckers, you want to look it up? Look it up. It's true. I before I said this, I looked.
It's partially true.
No.
Fact check it for you. True. Partially true.
Fuck them. So this company, right after the elections 2 years ago, it was probably about 6 months to 9 months after that election, and some of the states were having problems. Not everybody. They went into, oddly enough, the states that we saw that had problems this year. They have their machines this year for the first time ever in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska.
You forgot one part of this. This is the same company that made the machines in the one county in Michigan that said the machines falsely reported 6,000 voters.
Right. And so these machines, and I'll tell you what's funny is Ohio was supposed to have those machines and DeWine actually told the company no.
Yeah.
So is it coincidence? Could be, but it's a little weird.
But
it's a little weird.
But what I'm saying is for anybody that wants to go fact checking or look it up themselves, Cosper failed to mention that one part, that the one county in Michigan that came back and said, "Oh, our machines screwed up 6,000 votes." That's also if you look at the same information that Cosper just rattled off, they're in 60% of the counties in this state, 90% of the counties in this state, 100% of the counties in this state, and they're everywhere. It's not just one county in Michigan that screwed up. Those machines are all over the place in all of these different counties in all of these different states. Do the math. If they all screwed up 4,000 to 6,000 votes, you get where I'm going?
It can make a difference. I mean,
that's the same thing that's being said with the watermarks on the mail-in ballots.
Yep.
Right. But the problem is, how do you prove that? I think the biggest problem for Trump is going to be, proving it.
Right.
Because
if it's set up with a binary system and watermarked, that's not that hard to prove. You need to provide us with the ballots that you counted. And this always becomes the issue when it comes this argument is, okay, well, so now how do we count them? So we can't use the machines. Nobody wants to use the machines because they might be tainted. So we got to hand count these votes. Who counts them? The last I heard, somebody said the National Guard was on their way to these states.
So
guess what, Private Joe, you're fucking counting ballots, buddy.
Well, but that becomes the problem because when you have I vote independent. I vote independent. I'm obviously conservative in nature, so I vote vastly. I'll tell you right now, I actually voted for one Democratic judge. I'm not going to say who or what.
You blasphemous bastard.
Yeah, because quite frankly, they're a lot better candidate than the fucktard because I know the one judge personally who is running against them, and I wouldn't vote for that fucker to clean my basement. So I sure in the hell wasn't going to put him on a bench. Personal, but obviously I lean conservative. But as an independent, I would be brought in, quote unquote, as an independent to count votes. If I decided to be that guy, who's to say I couldn't go, man, nope.
Right.
I'm not
So how do you
going to disagree?
That's the problem. Everything you can't. It's very hard to fix corruption.
Right.
And don't disagree.
And Dave, go back to your pool of yellow. We've been standing in a pool of yellow for quite some time. If you haven't been smelling the piss and looking over your shoulder for R. Kelly, there's something wrong.
we got 1 minute to finish this ball of bullshit.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Allegedly R. Kelly.
We've got 1 minute to ball this shit up in a nice little bow and hand it off to the rest of these people to go out and search for themselves. But let me ask you one last question. In the last 4 election cycles, have you ever seen this much corruption / fraud / regular citizen Joe and Jane's saying this is fraud? Have you ever seen this much?
Probably not this much. No, I wouldn't say this much. Only because I think it's tough too because there's so many. When you have so many extra, and we all know. I mean, we've seen it. There was such a huge push for people to register and get out and vote. This is the most important vote ever. Quite frankly, everyone's an important vote, but whatever.
Not going to disagree.
But there was such a push, so I think by nature, the more people you get involved, the more corruption there's going to be.
Not going to disagree, but do you think there is a chance that that the majority of the fraud claims, the Sharpie on ballots that say do not use Sharpie material or Sharpie type pens, the failing machines counting 6,000, the midnight madness dump of thousands of votes to take the losing candidate above the leading candidate the entire night, the Pennsylvania just stop counting, and then we're going to continue letting votes come in throughout the week. All of the reasons that all this stuff has been shut down. Do you honestly think that the majority of the claims are wrong and completely inaccurate, and that the watermarks aren't there to catch it in the cookie jar, that the machines cannot be tested at all of these states for malfunctioning programming, and be confirmed that the vote needs to be retaken?
But again, who's doing the testing to verify?
Yeah,
that?
but I think
independent programmers. I mean,
here's
your problem.
See, that becomes the problem, though.
Who's
that
independent?
becomes the problem. Who's an independent? Who's independent?
But the biggest, okay, I'll give you that. But the biggest problem is if that is the hang up on this, if that's the only thing that we as conservatives can come up with, is there's no real way to revote or recount or redo anything because nobody's independent. We're down the middle, 50-50. Then is that not just basically a statement of, fuck it, we don't have a fucking president, we do it for our damn selves? I mean, if we cannot have a legitimate down the middle vote, and all we can say is, well, more people actually voted because for months they campaigned on voting, and you've got all these people on the right going, but why at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning did every vote go to Joe Biden? If there's no way to actually confirm or deny that these things are fraud, that are being alleged as fraud, because we don't have any true independent individuals, we don't have any companies that can test the programming of these machines because they're not actually independent. If we cannot have or do not have anybody to do that, then are we just saying, fuck it, we're going to live in a world where elections are, based on whatever the fuck anybody does?
Well, the question I think to that becomes, okay, so let's say a company comes in and independently does it and says, hey, yeah, you know what? We looked at these. All 100,000 that came in last night were all for Biden. How many people are going to go, oh, okay, well, that guy counted him. He counted him.
Well, the same number of people that are not rioting right now because they're waiting patiently for something.
But you know damn well, if somebody, I don't care, and I don't care who it is. If you pick a guy, pick a guy that if he went and counted those 100,000 votes and came on TV and said, hey, yeah, I counted them, they're all for Biden, you can't tell me someone like Charlie's going to be, oh, okay, I must have been wrong.
I'm not going to disagree with you. This is the same reason why we're loading. This is the same reason, Mike, that we're talking about. We're loading mags. We're trying to decide what outfit we're going to wear to the Civil War, because that's not where we're at. We're not in a position to where we can go, well, fuck it, we don't have anybody to count it accurately.
No, I agree. The system. We knew before the election that the system's corrupt. We didn't need this election to tell us that the system's corrupt.
Correct.
We know. We already know. But yeah, and how many times have we had this discussion? How do you fix it? I mean, I thought Trump would do more to expose that, and maybe that's what this is all about.
But do you right?
Maybe that's
do
what
you
this is
think,
about.
you know, we're past our hour.
Yeah.
But you know, rabbit hole maybe for next week. Do you believe? Do either one of you believe that this is no more, no less than an exposure of all of the freaking fraud and corruption that's in the system? With the watermarks, with the like sting operations, it seems like with regular citizens kind of knowing when they're being, you know, fraud, you know, being forced to be fraudulent. You know, the fucking ballot says don't use Sharpies. You're forcing me to use a Sharpie.
Yep.
You know, that it, more people said they were forced to use a Sharpie. Pens ripped out of their hands, Sharpies put in their hands in these ballot booths, in these casting booths. You know, normal citizen Joe, you know, grandma and grandpa down in Florida, that was the hanging Chad problem. They didn't understand how to punch the damn thing. They just started punching shit. That was what they claimed was the big problem down there.
Right.
Do you think that may have been a beta test, maybe a trial and error thing, and it may or may not have, I don't know. But the fact that you've got young people.
But to your point, real quick though, okay, so the felt pens were you know, the Sharpies were a way to discredit votes. How did they know who they were going to vote for?
Have you ever? So somebody on one of the videos that I watched in the past week was like, well, when I went in there and scanned my ID or told them my name and wrote it on a registry, do you register as an independent, Republican, Democrat, or Greens Party or whatever?
They didn't ask me.
They don't, because it's on your name.
It is. It
You,
actually.
you show them your ID, your name pops up, and it's already on the registered voter
Well,
list,
but
and
I'm
you're
an
registered as an independent. So they know you're going to vote for an independent. You need an independent ballot. That's why if I'm registered, because I'm registered independent.
No, the ballots were everybody got the same exact ballot in my place.
Well, but you.
Let me ask you a question.
But you
Let
were
me ask you a
still
question.
registered
When you went
as
to
one
your
or the
machine-
other or the other.
When you went to your machine, the presidential election, the presidential candidate list, do you remember how it was laid out?
Yeah, Trump was at the
Yes.
bottom.
Where was Trump for you guys?
Bottom.
Trump was either second or third.
Trump was at the very bottom of mine.
Yep, Trump was at the bottom of mine too.
Yeah,
Biden,
mine
Harris,
was second.
Biden,
No,
Harris,
it was second.
Independent.
It was
Green
Biden
Party.
first. Yeah, mine was Biden first, and then Trump, and then everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know who, you know,
Yeah.
the order
So-
of everybody else.
So, what?
Oh yeah, because my bottom was write-in.
Oh, I had to scroll down to get to write-in.
Well,
I didn't see. Now I didn't. Mine was a paper ballot.
yeah. See, mine was paper ballot too.
Do you ask to do it on a paper ballot?
No, ours has always been, our voting place has always been, since we've lived here. You fill out a paper thing and you slide it into a machine.
Yeah. See, I take mine on a big giant screen, and then there's a
Oh
box
yeah,
on the
mine was
side.
when I lived in Willoughby. Mine was like that.
You select your stuff on a big giant screen. You keep going next, and then you go review, print, and this box on the other side scrolls up. You hear it printing, then a light shines on it. You can read it. Then you go next page, prints again, show, prints again, final, done. So that's two different ways in the state of Ohio for voting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But again, you both said you did it on paper, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yours was at the second point. His was at the bottom.
Well, the bottom of the names, and then there was the write-in.
Well, and I don't know how they produce. Do they? I'd have to look into. Do they randomly produce them?
In
Because
Fairfield County.
back to no. Here's the thing I can tell you though. There was two girls sitting there taking IDs,
Right.
and there was one pile of ballots between them.
Well, it's not the ballots are different. They shouldn't.
Yeah, the ballots are different.
Well,
When you scan your ID, you
I know,
register.
but here's the thing: how the ballot they gave me doesn't say anything, so they don't know, and they didn't know, so they don't know when I put that piece of paper in. It doesn't have my name on it.
You're
it doesn't
right.
have anything on it.
Okay, but think about the question that we're talking about, and then you said, how do they know who you're going to vote for? One, they're going when you click on the scan, when they scan your ID, it tells them registered Republican, registered Democrat.
Yeah, but
right?
everything
Registered
after that, there's no way to influence what I did or know. So when,
But it is a way to know who to give the markers to versus the pens.
That's your way of giving the markers
well,
to
so
who the,
yeah, well, with all the paper ballots. So, but here's the thing, though. In ours, when you do the paper ballot there, and you fill in the little dots, when you send it into the machine, it counts the votes, and it'll come back. If there was something wrong, it'll shoot the ballot back out and say, you didn't mark here. Would you like to continue? Or you skipped one. Would you like to continue? So the machines kind of already have a checks and balance. So
in Ohio,
well,
but you go watch some of the stuff from Arizona. They put the machine. They hand the card off. I've heard they hand the card off to another person who then puts it into a machine.
Yeah, no, Ohio. In Ohio, I think you have to personally.
Yeah, you have to. The guy just stands there and watches you put it in.
I've heard they hand it. They do it, then they hand it off to another person, and then behind that person, they put it into the machine. So when they put it in the machine, it takes the paper and it rejects it because it can't read it.
Right.
I've seen videos where they're like they move people off to the side. How many people did you hear walked into the ballot place, walked into the polling session, and was told that you've already voted?
That one I haven't heard.
That one I haven't heard either.
I've seen 2 or 3, and it's not huge, but seeing them, you're kind of like,
but
wow. I saw one of an older lady who was blind. She actually needed like a giant magnifying glass to see anything. She walked in to vote. They told her she had already voted by mail-in. The ballot had gone through and everything. She has to physically have someone help her vote because she can't read it.
So her caretaker took her vote for her.
Either the caretaker took the vote or it was hijacked. I mean, I'm still hearing that people, dead people voted in certain states. The question is,
what was it? Was it Minnesota? They elected the dead guy.
Yes. Like the people, but that's just stupidity right there. Dude dies from COVID, they still elect the guy. Come on.
Hey, great. It was a better option than anything else. The dead guy.
Apparently.
Well, he was a Republican, so it gave him another seat.
So we're almost at a quarter after. So
we'll shut up tonight. There's a lot of this. If you're not paying enough attention to what's happening on the other side of the media, stop fucking watching the media.
Right.
For the love of all that's holy, if you're still over here
hit the internet.
Biden won, Trump didn't, life's gonna suck. Stop watching the fucking media. We've just told you in 20 minutes how many different fucking fraud claims have been made, and that's just that. If it's the ocean, you're not even talking the first 3 inches. There's fraud claims all the way to the bottom of this thing.
And
start looking.
The problem's going to be, though, again, like we said earlier, is going to be how can you fully prove it? Because you have to prove it. If you can't prove it...
Well, it's going to go to... I'm curious to see... I'm curious to see... Because, we talked about it briefly last week. I know we got to get out of here, but we talked about it briefly last week. We know they shoved a judge in there at the end into SCOTUS so that they'd have the majority. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see. But my question...
Have you missed the fact that both Amy Coney Barrett and Kavanaugh...
Oh, yeah.
Were both lawyers involved in the Florida recount during Gore and Bush?
I know.
Just saying.
I know. Oh,
just saying. They're kind of old hat with this fucking.
We have to put the lid back on this can, please.
but the question is going to be, and this we'll jump into it. We'll talk about it next week, though. If they flip the election, is the country really going to be in a better place?
I'm going to say for the final statement, Neither one of you get it, but I'm going to say it. I've said it how many times in the last few shows. I personally believe that whether Trump wins, Trump loses, Biden wins, Biden loses, Jargison magically wins it out, the country's fucked.
Oh, I know you guys can't hear them. That'll be next week because I did that on purpose. The country's fucked. That's what we're going to leave it on. And they can't hear either one of you now. So, HeartlandDefenders.com, Heartland Defenders on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, hit the little bell at the top so you know when we're on here. So you can find out why we're fucked next week. Everybody, have a good, safe weekend, or good week, all the way through till next week. Be safe, and we'll see you next Tuesday.